Just imagine a trip to a wonderful land, a candy and jam and ice cream.
I gotta hit that string, you better watch it. With a cat that I crack it with a full clip. I got the whip, got the pitch that I keep it undercover. All up in the cup, just to live it up. See the stone cold face, try to knock it. I keep it tight, never walk, I'm a rocket. I got a beat in it, I got a friend in it. I got a beat, got a beat, got a beat, that I'm rocking. I got the ring full of bling, never dropping. I got a stash for the cash that I owe to my daughter. All up in the cup, just to live it up. Look how the streets turn cold when I walk it. It's my rules, no man can stop it. I throw a kick so quick that I leave her in the gutter. Leave her in the gutter, 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 gutter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spring 2020 Student Performance Showcase. And now your host, Chris Whitten.
Hello! Hey! Welcome to the 2020 Student Performance Showcase. That voice sounded vaguely familiar. Well, listen, here we are again, and on behalf, of course, of Jim Ikram and Jennifer Jett, and Gina Piva, and Haley Hurita, who's doing all the video for us, we want to thank you for being here. As a matter of fact, we're so glad you're here that we don't want to just give you a round of applause. We want to have you join us in doing a social distancing round of applause, which means 6 feet between you, and you have to applaud at least 3 feet away from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Let's hear it for you. Okay, way to go. That sounded terrific. Most of you almost sounded live. Listen, we aren't real. This term, we're remote. As you can see, the set around me isn't the Osterman Theater. That's remote. The showcase itself is remote. The students are remote. Wait, no, maybe not the students are remote. Anyway, we're so glad you're here, and we want to remind you, of course, that this showcase will actually broadcast again, or it already broadcasted if you missed it, but you can actually find it again. Also, don't forget to join us for the 1X later this week. Okay, we went ahead and checked Facebook and found out when you will be home, 7:30 on June 11th and 12th. Okay, good. Keep thinking positive. That's what I keep saying about this coronavirus. Keep thinking positive, and I found this helps if I say to myself, I'm not homeschooling a pair of 8-year-olds. So second, take this thing, and for goodness sakes, for the sake of the next hour, put it away. Don't use it unless, of course, you're using it to watch this, in which case then go ahead and use it, but please don't record anything. We're actually using YouTube to do that. All right. Oh, really important. If you feel like you can and you would like to donate to the program, okay, just follow the link on the screen that Haley will put here on the screen. Okay. Good. After the show, not during the show, after the show. Great. Oh, thank you, Haley. Okay. We're doing everything different this term. We're going to start right in with the stand-up students. Which has been an awful lot like sit down behind your computer and write comedy than stand-up comedy, but we're plowing through, as it were. And because we're recording this, you see, I'm going to use your support in establishing how well the students did, because I think they've been hilarious, all of them, very successful. But I'll be listening to the playback. Okay, and your reactions is what helps me understand whether or not they're actually funny. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to share with you some of the interesting things that I am going to take from this Corona term into the rest of the world. And first and foremost, with all the Zoom meetings and the Zoom classes that we've been doing, I have noticed, and I wonder if you've noticed, how much we actually look like birds when we're viewing the different screens of different people. I mean, birds that are, like looking for seeds. I mean, it's just like, okay. It's kind of been a blast to watch people just for the sake of trying to figure out what kind of birds they are. Also, gosh, you know what? I'm going to find this very useful, very helpful to take back to me into the real world. I'm just going to carry one of these around with me all the time. So in those moments where I just feel like I don't really want to listen to what you're saying, or whether or not I'm paying attention, I can actually just hold this up in front of myself and pretend like I care. Okay, good. The third thing I've noticed about this is that almost everyone really needs a haircut. As a matter of fact, this is the longest my hair has been since 1972. Okay, but I did find the perfect hat actually to wear with this with this ponytail that I've started working on. Yeah, nice, huh? Yeah. I showed this look to my 83-year-old father, and he said to me, you know, this day and age, we should all be embarrassed for being patriots. And I said, Dad, you mean because of the political controversial issues, the civil disrupt, confusion? And he said, no, because the Patriots let Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay. Dad, don't, Dad. Really? Okay. This first student actually has been with us so many times that I think he's going to actually have to start over, but it's always a blast to have him on stage. You'll understand why. He also needs a haircut. If you please welcome to the stage, Mr. Joe Millsark. Joe, come tell us what's funny.
Thank you, Chris. My name is Joe Millsark, and I've been doing this so many times that I've lost count. In fact, on the first day, Chris said to me, "Why the hell are you back?" The best answer I can give is, because this has been the best therapy for me. I mean, who needs psychiatrists when you've got the Student Performance Showcase at CCC? Yeah. And especially within the midst of these crazy times, we can all use a good laugh. But this pandemic has really taught me a lot. It's taught me about fear, and it's taught me to not be afraid. And of course, I wasn't afraid beforehand, because I know that God is bigger than anything. But most people, they don't believe that like I do. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we're not going to be able to get toilet paper. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" I'm like, people, chill out. You need to know this. You ain't nothing but a covanoid, creaking all the time. You ain't nothing but a covanoid, creaking all the time. Well, you ain't never bought TP and you ain't no friend of mine. Now, a couple of my coworkers have chosen to self-quarantine, but I haven't, because I'm choosing to still work, because I'm considered essential. But soon, with those employees that have chosen to self-quarantine, they're going to go stir crazy soon. And I told them, you know, it don't really matter to me, baby. You believe what you want to believe. You see, you don't have to live life in quarantine. No, you don't have to live life in quarantine. Yeah. And plus, this pandemic has taught me about patience, which I don't really need to learn, because I'm already a very patient person. But I've been patient for a lot of things, one of those being food delivery, because I order from Uber Eats. But most people, they're not as patient as I am, so this best describes those who aren't as patient as I am. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you're playing one more part. At home is where we'll stay and stand 6 feet apart. The waiting is the hardest part. Thank you, that's my time. Please welcome back to the stage, Mr. Chris Whitten. Chris, come tell us what's funny.
Yeah, keep it coming for Joe. Oh, man. Yeah, patience, always the hardest part. Experience practicing a lot of patience this term. Now, this next student has been a real blast to get to know this term. He also needs a haircut, and you'll understand why. If you please welcome to the stage Mr. Jacob J.T. Thompson. JT, come tell us what's funny.
Hello, American people. I said some things in my last recording of this stand-up set that were simply crossing the line. I took a jab at Chris, the man who just introduced me, and it was wrong in every way, and I am here to apologize sincerely. I promise everyone out there that my set tonight will not offend anyone, and I will never cross the line again. Thank you, Chris. I'm Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm going to tell you some stories about some people who did cross the line. Yeah, because there are people that do, like I did in my last recording, and that can't happen again. Right now, I'm just reporting back to you about some people who did. So, we flash back to a time in my life when I was working at an arcade. I had this boss. He talked to me like this. He went to the Air Force, and he didn't really believe in women in the workplace. He hired a few, that's for sure, but he didn't like it one bit. So I'm working there one day, and these girls come up to me. They're about 13, 14, 15 years old, something like that. They're trying to get some prizes. I start making them laugh, pretending I can't count, hitting my head, stupid stuff like that. I'm clowning around. The girls are laughing. They leave, you know? And what I didn't know at the time was my boss is sweeping, just looking at these girls, looking back at me, and he says, "Those girls liked you, Jake. Why didn't you get their number?" I go, "Because they were kids, 13, 15 years old, tops. What are you talking about?" He goes, "What's the matter? You don't want to take a ride on the kiddie train?" And then he did a little psychotic laugh. I'm working for a supervillain here. I couldn't handle it. I'm literally working for like the Joker or something, some creep. I quit. 2 weeks later, I find myself sleeping on the couch in my buddy's house, Anthony. He's got this dad. We'll call him Bob. Bob, he'd come into a room real loud, real proud. And he had this accent. I don't even know where he's from, but he's got this accent. He talks in a real high, nasally voice. "Yeah, hey, Anthony, I need some help. Can you take the trash out, bud?" "Yeah, thanks. All right, I'm going to go hit some golf balls." Real wealthy guy. He just talks right from the tongue. Just spews stuff out. And he's got the pocket, the deep pocket, to get him out of any trouble. His mouth gets him in. So we're at a concert one night, and we're all, the concert ends, we all funnel out, and there's this guy in a wheelchair. He's got hooks for hands. He's wearing an army jacket. He's got long hair and a beard. He's wearing a bandana. And, you know, I see this guy, I feel bad that I want to look at him, you know. I just feel bad. And I don't want him to see me staring at him, but I haven't seen a lot of people like that, you know. It's a very weird thing. So I just look down and I keep going. But Bob sees this guy, and he's got to make a comment. "Holy shit," he says. "Holy shit, I didn't know Lieutenant Dan was here." He does a little laugh too. I've got evil people in my life. But you know, Bob, he bought me some chicken after that, and I forgave him for the whole event. He's just a nice guy. Then again, wait, how many minutes am I at?
Yeah! Keep it up for JT! Man, that's so much fun. This next student has been back several times, I think 3 times before. I don't know, but I just know that she also needs a haircut, and you'll understand why if you please welcome to the stage Miss Ginger Rodriguez. Ginger, come tell us what's funny.
Thank you, Chris. I'm Ginger. So, during quarantine, things have been interesting. My grandmother has 2 big huskies, and I never knew how lazy and even moody um, that these dogs could be till quarantine happened. I say this because before quarantine, my grandmother's dogs used to get super excited to see us after we'd been gone for a long time. And, as soon as we'd open the door, they'd be there, sitting right there, tail wagging, super excited, tongue out, slobber everywhere. That reminds me of my father when he sleeps. Anyway, now, when we come back, after going grocery shopping or something, they don't even move. They're just sprawled out across the floor, just laying there. And sometimes they'll just look up, to see if it's someone new. But when it's us, they just, oh, it's just you. And go back to sleep. I feel like they've gotten so used to us being around that we're kind of just like ghosts, friendly ghosts, like Casper. But I think literally anything else would be more exciting. For example, like if there was a bug or a spider crawling across the floor, I'm pretty sure they'd just jump up and try to play with it, like it was a person or a toy. And people-wise, I'm pretty sure if there was a burglar in the house, they'd be so excited to see another person, and they'd lick them to death, or try to go home with them, just to see what happens, get some variety going, have some kind of change of scenery. That reminds me, speaking of change of scenery, when I walk the dogs at night now, they get so excited, they try to walk with the cars, like in the road. And it's sometimes it's almost like they're trying to hitchhike with them, like, hey, please, or just race with them, because car goes by, especially a motorcycle. Next thing I know, I'm halfway across the street. And when I tell them no, like, hey, don't do that, that's dangerous, they look at me, and then they look at the road, and then they look at me, and then they look at the road again. And it's almost like they're thinking, so I should just do it before you have time to react and take off. Well, speaking of taking off, that's my time. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it coming for Ginger. Yeah. It might help, Ginger, if you put your dogs opposing thumbs helps with hitchhiking. Okay. This next student also has been a blast to know. I think he's attempted to give himself a haircut, and you'll understand why if you please welcome to the stage Mr. Jacob Dreyer. Jacob,
Gee, could you guys stop walking me in the basement? God, it's hard to get out of there every time I go. Anyway, thank you, Chris, for that great introduction. It would have been better if it came from anybody besides you, but I'll accept it. Like he said, my name is Jacob, and I'm here to tell a couple of stories. I've been bored like you guys, so now I get to talk about what I've been doing to satiate that boredom, and you guys have to listen. Anyway, I had a really good breakfast this morning. One of the best I think I've ever had. I don't mean to make you guys jealous or anything, but I don't think I've ever had a better breakfast. It's still sitting in my stomach. It's real tasty. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of movies recently. I think a lot of people can relate. A lot of Netflix movies, a lot of old classics that I just don't pay attention to anymore. I got too much of my time, too much of my plate. But I've been forced to stay home, so I mean, what else do I do besides watch a movie? Anyway, but I've been getting in a lot of trouble for the movies I've been watching because we're living in a day and age now where certain things that were made in the past, you really got to be careful what you say about them. Like, for instance, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, I'm watching that movie. I think it's great. The little people, Oompa Loompas, come out and they start singing their songs. I'm having a blast. I think it's great. My buddy starts freaking out. He says that's one of the most offensive things he's ever seen. I ask him, what's wrong with it? What makes this offensive? Who's it offensive to? He goes, I don't know, but I have a feeling that this is making fun of somebody. And I don't like it, and I got to get to the bottom of this. I'm never going to watch this movie again. And it was crazy to me. And so I started doing that too. I mean, I watched Dumbo. And another person came up to me and told me that movie was offensive because of the two best characters, the crows that show up. I don't get it. Apparently there's a cut of Fantasia 2 Disney released. I mean, Disney is such a family-friendly, beautiful company. There's no way anything they released in the past could be offensive. No, not at all. No, people still listen to those songs on their phones and stuff all the time. Speaking of songs and phones, do you guys remember when iPods were a thing? I've been doing a lot of cleaning recently as well, too, because I'm just so goddamn bored. And I came across this old iPod of mine, and it just brought back this whole memory of when these things were everywhere. You couldn't escape them. You had the advertisements on TV, you had the advertisements online, anything you did. You ever listen to music outside, you used one of these bad boys. And they disappeared because obviously phones took over everything. I mean, everybody's on their phones nowadays. You can't get them off their phones. I'm the same way. It's a horrible addiction. Please send help. Anyway, I'm going through this, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll get rid of all of the stuff on my phone, and I'll just start listening to music on here. That is the most hipster thing I think I've ever fucking tried to do in my entire life. I'm in the car with someone, and I pulled this guy out, and immediately they start laughing. And I have to no, guys, don't worry. This is actually really cool. Don't worry about it. I pull it out. I look at it like this. I go, let me choose a song. Okay. A, B. What's the name of that? Oh, yeah. Okay. It starts with G. All right. Let's go to the G's. It's just the most obnoxious, worthless piece of thing now. And it's weird because back in the day, they were so sought after. You weren't a real human being as a child. Nobody cared who you were unless you had yourself an iPod. Times are constantly changing all the time. It's crazy. And now they're just a worthless piece of crap. Kind of like penguins in a little bit if you think about it. Penguins are also incredibly worthless. And I don't mean to say, I don't hate animals, all right? I love animals. You hurt an animal, I'm coming at you, bud. But a penguin is just, I don't know how to explain it. They're birds that can't fly. They live in the middle of nowhere. And they do nothing but walk around and honk. They're the most annoying things I get. Sure, you're going to go blah, blah, blah. But they're so cute. I love them so much. Do you? Would you spend a week with a penguin? No. Would you take a penguin home, keep it in your house? God, no. Because they're worthless. You'd rather have a real bird or a real mammal, not this weird hybrid. Honestly, chickens are better. And what I think we should do, and I have a whole plan, whole business plan, and you can have it. Take it from me. I don't want to do this with my life. You start up a company called Flightless Farms, all right? And then you get all the penguins, and you just feed people that instead of chicken. People love chickens. And what we do to chickens when we're selling them is crazy. I mean, we lock them in cages. Who cares if we do that to a penguin? Anyway, that's all my time. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you had a fun time.
Yeah, keep it coming for Jacob. Yeah, I left that word in just to see if Haley could catch it and bleep it out fast enough. Oh well, another round of applause for all of our stand-ups. I appreciate that from all of you. I will be listening to the recording later. Okay, so like I told you, Jim's had these students for improv do a lot of clowning around. If you please welcome to the stage our own set of CCC clowns, ladies and gentlemen, the Red Noses.
Ooh, my little crazy one. Crazy one. When you gonna let me drink Corona? I'm living in quarantine. Quarantine. Hoping I'll be able to drink Corona. Never gonna stop drinking up. But what happens is I always drink too much and throw up. Once I'm sober, I'll have my, woo! My Corona. I'm socially distancing, staying home so that I can't drink Corona. Netflix has some pills for me, but some just need watching them at home while I drink Corona. Never gonna stop drinking up, but what happens is I always drink too much and throw up. Once I'm sober, I'll have my, Corona. My Corona. Being home is a disease, please agree. Nothing here to do except drink Corona. Shopping on a better breeze. Blowing all my money on this Corona. Never gonna stop drinking up. But what happens is I always drink too much and throw up. Once I'm sober, I'll have my, Corona. My Corona. My Corona. My Corona. Oh, crap.
You thinking we got a record spin? Do you feel the freedom come? Yeah, it's the time to relax. It's time to get up and How does it feel? Can see your body moving. Don't leave the body lying. Keep it shining. Deep eyes, no what to say. Tonight it's Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can't get rhythm jams on? Get us a rock and roll round. Down, down, body, body, come and look us super hottie. Let's go. Let's go. Baby, can you move around the rhythm 'cause you know I'm living in the fast lane. Speed up, ain't no
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ray Darcy's show. Yay! Today is a very special episode. Why is it a special episode, you may wonder? Well, because today we'll be doing everybody's favorite activity, gardening. But not outside. No, no, no. Oh, the outside world is full of horrible germs, bacteria too. Ugh. No, instead, we we do this inside. Yes, very safe and clean inside. Very good. Yes. So, how do we do this? You may wonder. Well, I will teach you. It's how simple. First, we must get our delightful glove. Antibacterial. Make sure. Get your antibacterial glove and wear it on hand like thus. Like thus. Yeah, this will work. This will work. I only have one, unfortunately, but it should be enough. Now, you take your lovely pot. I got a jar here. And you get your lovely seeds. I got here some tomatoes. And we will take these tomatoes and put them in the jar. Usually you're supposed to have dirt in the jar, but dirt is riddled with horrible diseases like AIDS and things like that. So I won't do that. Instead, I'll just keep it empty and just place it inside. And we seal it up nice and tight. There we go, nice and tight. And then I shall take this and put it inside of the microwave so that all the horrible, deadly germs in this will all go away. Alright, now let's take some time for the lovely magic box to do its work and clean all those awful germs off. Ooh, what's this? We seem to be having a phone call. Oh, it's from the doctor too. Ooh, the most cleanest man in the world. Ooh. Hello? Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Corona is bad. Yes? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Oh, all right. Goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that I have captured the corona, but it's all right. It's all right. All we have to do is stay calm. Just gotta practice my breathing exercises. Oh God! Oh no! Oh no! I'm feeling it! I'm feeling it! It's getting itchy! Oh no! I must be spreading all over me! Oh God, no! Oh no! My face! My face! I'm melting! I'm melting! Oh my God! Oh no! Oh God! I look like a guy. I sound like a guy too. Oh, and I look good. Hello? Yeah? Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Oh, no problem. Everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Hey, that was the doctor, dude. And it turns out I don't have corona. Ah, gnarly. Turns out I just got pink eye. Whatever, dude. So, no problem. No problem at all. Oh, well, that does it for that. No problems here. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's see what we got in the microwave after the debacterialize. Let's do that. Oh, wow! Totally rad! Ah! Exactly what we were waiting for. A lovely batch of waffles. Oh, heavenly. Delightful. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you would join us next time for next week's episode on dirt. Can it be trusted? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, brother, what you thinking? That good old sound is ringing. They don't know what they're missing. There's a good time to use the
Hey man, what's going on? Here with another quarantine special. I upgraded here. I got a whole new layout. I upgraded from the tent. I'm still wearing my quarantine repellent breather so I can still, you know, get some of that good nature. So today I'm going to be showing you a few items I got here on this list that should help you make it through this quarantine. First thing we got here is some traditional Prego spaghetti sauce for all your spaghetti needs. I actually can't even smell it right now because of this thing. We got hand sanitizer. Now, I actually thought this stuff was a myth. I didn't think this stuff actually worked, but it turns out it actually smells really good, man. Like, it is a good, like, this is a good smelling product. And the last item on our list is a nice whiteboard for all your drawing creative needs. You see? Works out pretty well there. You know, you could draw whatever you need. I'll just do a quick little sketch here. And voila! Perfect little sketch there. Can you tell who it is? You know who it is. Come on, but you know. Alright, anyway, so on today's agenda, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I haven't, gotta get this freaking thing off. Man, I haven't slept through nights, okay? I've been hearing weird noises, alright? Like things I haven't really heard before. It's not the talking tree people. It's not the raccoons. It's not the deer, the occasional deer. It is something entirely different. Ian's been gone for months, man. I've been trying to go into his pantry to take his food. There's no food, because he's been gone for so long. Something is seriously wrong, man. I really do think someone is watching me because of all that first video I did. I think they know that I learned all this stuff. Gotta put some of that hand sanitizer on. I think they know I know they were working with Nintendo. If I'm being honest with you, I think the Tiger King team was on it too. They were trying to get people to invest in their documentary. And nobody wanted to do it because nobody gave a crap about Joe Exotic or whatever his stupid name is. But I don't know, man. Something isn't right. Man, I just gotta let you all know right now. If I go missing in the next day or three, So, anyway, in today's episode of the quarantine, we're gonna be talking about hand sanitizer safety. Now, hand sanitizer safety is a real thing. Bad dehydration. Yeah, and I didn't think that was a real thing, man, but it turns out it really was a real thing. And surviving through this quarantine, that using too much hand sanitizer, not saving enough hand sanitizer for you, your friends, your buddies, your roomies, whoever you're living with at the time. It's just not a great thing to. This isn't real. This isn't a real thing. This isn't happening, man. I'm not. Oh, shit. That's not the hand sanitizer. Sorry. Oh, crap. That wasn't the hand sanitizer. God dang it. Alright, now I think that. Oh, crap! I got spaghetti sauce on the. Dang it, man! I need this! Come on, man! Come on! This box is useless. I'm not. Just pick this up. Listen, alright? The government is most certainly watching. I gotta get this video to someone or someone else, man, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able. Where'd I put the... Gotta get this thing back. I'm protected, man. You can't get me with Corona. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna affect Corona on me. I'm not gonna get it. It's useless. This is actually really good still, I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause you can't have enough of it to go around all over your body. Ah, man, it's all good. Everything's great, nature, man, yeah. Everything's awesome. You guys have been a wonderful audience, man. I can't clean it off with the nature. Yes, nature prevails. No, it didn't work. I have no paper towels. I have no toilet paper. I can't even clean a freaking whiteboard, man. This is useless. I don't know. Well, in case there is a next time, I'll see you all then. Maybe on better terms. Goodbye.
Oh man. Please, one more round of applause for all of our clowns, students this term in the showcase. Great. Thank you so much. We want to let you know how much we do appreciate you being here with us. Don't forget, of course, to join us for the one acts later this week. And again, if you feel like you would like to, and you can donate to the program, please, once again, follow this link. And we would appreciate you participating in that effort with us. Okay. Until next time, I am Chris Whitten. Wear a mask.